My name is Barbara Littles. I want to ask you a question. What is your dream? What do you really want from life? I want you to think about that. There's an old saying, if you don't know where you're going, you are going to end up someplace, and whatever your dream is, I want you to expand it. You know why? I want to ask you something. If you had your life to live over again, and I know you've done things that you feel good about, things that you're proud of, things that you pat yourself on the back and say, I've done well. But what if you had your life to live over again? And I've been reflecting on my own life as I survived several illnesses. And I was asking myself that question, and this is what the rest of the question was. Could you have done more than what you've done thus far? And when I looked at myself and asked that question, I said yes. And most people, when I ask audiences that question, they say yes. And you're probably saying the same thing. So I want you to think about some goals that you want to achieve right now. And I want you to increase those goals. I found that most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss. No, most people fail in life because they aim too low and hit. And many don't aim at all. And I want to share with you 3 steps, 3 P's that can make a dramatic difference in you accomplishing your goals. As you think about your goals, I want you to write this down. Power. You have the power to do more than you ever can begin to imagine. You have something special. You have greatness within you. And when you're pursuing your greatness, it's different than excellence. Excellence, I think anybody through observation and practice can perform at a level of excellence. But if you see a guy like Larry Bird at a basketball game who used to play for the Boston Celtics, no one will ever say, Larry Bird, oh, he was an excellent player. Absolutely not. When you see Tiger Woods playing golf, no one will ever say, this guy, when he plays, what an excellent golfer he is. No. Muhammad Ali, no one will say, oh boy, he was an excellent boxer. No. You're talking about greatness here. When you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know what your limits are, so you act like you don't have any. And so as you think about your goals and dreams, here's why most people don't have goals and dreams. Because most people don't think they have what it takes to achieve their goals. You have the power in you. Psychologists say that most of our self-talk is negative. Over 80% of our self-talk is negative, where we convince ourselves of things that we cannot do. And it goes undetected by the conscious mind because we live in a world where we're told more about our limitations rather than our potential. So part of what you have to do, I think, as you look at yourself and look at your dreams and look at your goals, is that you've got to encourage yourself. You've got to talk to yourself. You've got to build yourself up. I remember when I went to do a presentation in a major corporation, and people came there with all their computers and PowerPoint presentations, and I didn't have one. I had to go into the restroom and talk to myself. I looked into the mirror and said, Barbara Littles, you've got what it takes. You've got the power to do a powerful presentation. So what if you don't have a PhD or an MBA? Listen, you can do this. This is who you are. You're Helen Moultrie's baby girl. And I went in there and I gave a powerful presentation. The look that I gave those people who had to make the decision was the only reason you were spared from birth control was to give me this contract. I was hungry. I was fired up. And I'm saying to you, you have the power to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. You have got to convince yourself. You've got to work on yourself because you don't see life as it is. As has been said, you see life as you are. Take the time to listen to audio programs on a regular basis. Read 10 to 15 pages of something positive every day. Why? To retrain your thinking. Being not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have the power to do more than you could ever begin to imagine. But most people never achieve their greatness because they got too much head trash, have too many things in their minds that are polluting their thinking. That's compromising their energy and their forward thrust in life. If you're serious about living your dreams and not your fears, if you're serious about some goals that you thought about, my goal was to buy my mother a home. I was born in the poorest section in Orangeburg, South Carolina, in an abandoned building on the floor with a twin sister, and we were adopted by Mrs. Helen Moultrie. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, "All that I am and all that I ever hoped to be, I owe to my mother. That God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And I decided as a young kid I wanted to buy my mother a home. She worked in Orangeburg cleaning homes and cooking for families, and we ate the food left over from the families that she cooked for. She kept children, and we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept. And I used to say, 'Mama,' and she said, 'What is it, girl? When I become a woman, I'm going to buy you a big, beautiful home just like this.' And I believed that I had the power to do that. And I was listening to motivational messages that Mr. Les Brown had in his office when I would clean his office. And old Earth Nightingale said, 'We become what we think about. All of us are self-made, but only the successful would admit it.' My mind was being programmed by those motivational messages, and I felt that I had the power to do that, and I did. I bought my mother 4 different homes before she passed, and took care of her until she passed at age 89. What is your goal? What is your dream? Is there someone that you'd like to do something special for? Here's something else. Not only do you have the power, but it requires passion. You were not born to work for a living, but to live your making, and living your making will make your living. You see, what is it that you could do 7 days a week, 24 hours a day? It's said that a career is something that you love so much that you do it for nothing, but you do it so well that people will pay you to do it. See, I'm passionate about speaking. I was born to speak. When people say that Barbara Littles has passed, bury me for 3 days and put a microphone in the casket. If I don't grab it and say, "You've got to be hungry," say, "She's gone now." I love to speak. What is it that you love to do? What is it that you dream about doing that just makes your heart beat and you breathe faster because you love it so much? I'm saying find your passion. Find that which turns you on. Find that which brings music to your ears when you're doing it, because when you find that, you'll find something special. They say the most important moments in our lives is the day that we were born and the day we realized why we were born. What is it that you're passionate about? Another thing is, not only do you want to have a goal and know that you have the power to achieve that goal and a goal that you're passionate about, but you want to be persistent. See, most people allow themselves to stop because of their failures. 86% of people allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed. You know, Agmendino said, "I will persist until I succeed." That was a major affirmation in his book, The Greatest Salesman in the World. Persistence is very important. You will fail your way to success. Persistence is very important. You could have a lot of rejections. A lot of doors will be closed in your face. A lot of people say, "Oh, you can count on me. I'll be there," and they won't show up. Why, Barbara? Hey, it's called life. It's called life. You have the power to live your dream. You've got to find the thing that you're passionate about, and you've got to be willing to be persistent if you want it to happen. Walt Disney had 7 filed bankruptcies. 7 times, and had 2 nervous breakdowns. Walter P. Chrysler fell 49 times in the automobile industry. 8 out of 10 billionaires have been financially bankrupt. Yes, persistence. It's very important. You're going to have a lot of obstacles to overcome. You're going to run out of money. You're going to have a lot of failures. It's called life. I have a saying, if life knocks you down, try and land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Willie Jolly said, "A setback is a setup for a comeback." Through persistence, you'll be empowered to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Yes, you have the power. Find your passion and be persistent. And if you do that, you'll have victories in your life that you can feel proud of. If you're willing to tap into the power that you have within, if you're willing to be persistent until you find that which you're passionate about, and pursue your dream with persistence and determination, life will be uncommon and it'll be different for you because you live a life that others just dream about. You have something special. You have greatness within you. My name is Barbara Littles. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.